Okay then. Hi everyone, this is Ursula, and I'm doing a really quick, really short RPG Maker MV tutorial for all you wonderful people out there who were like, I really like Yanfly's options, but how do I do switches and variables with it? Like, how do I have it so that I have it where I can set it up so that it manipulates a switch or a variable in-game? Well, I'm about to show you this because it's actually really easy. Now, for this tutorial, you just need 3 plugins. I know, you see a bunch of plugins here, but the only plugins you need is Core, Yanfly Engine Core, Yanfly's Advanced Switches and Variables, and Yanfly's Option Core. Right here, that's all you need. Option Core, actually, which is really interesting, compared to like the regular Yanfly plugins, are really below a lot of them. Like, it's below a lot of them. Like, even below like enhanced TPM, like, it's very interesting to say the least. Now then, this is going to be very simple. So I'm going to show you guys first the code that's going to be needed to do this. And then after that, I'm going to show you how to do the whole actual setup in the options menu. So let me just open this up. Okay, so very simple. The code that you're going to be using is you're going to be using evalve, config, manager, square brackets, little single quotation mark, the name of the symbol you're using, another single quotation mark, and another square bracket. And that's it. The evalve part comes from the Advanced Switches plugin. So right here, to use the Advanced Switches plugin, you just write the word evalve, semicolon, space, and you put the code in you want, and you put that into any switch or variable. For switches, it's just going to be a true-false statement. And the config manager, when we set it up, is going to just be, it defaults to actually really simple, to something that's really good for a switch. And very easily defaults to a true-false statement. We just do a little bit playing around with for variable, but don't worry, it's not that hard. Whereas for variable, it has to be set to a value, and that's all you really need to keep in mind. I'm just gonna press OK right here, and then all I'm gonna do is I'm going to be using variable 5 for this. And switch 5. So we're going to go here. And then we're going to go to the options core. We're going to go right here to option categories. And I'm going to make a brand new category. We're just going to call this tester. And then we're gonna make some new, and we're gonna just use these default options. So default option 1 and the default regular option, example of switch in options. Keep option 1, and that's pretty much it. We're not gonna even do much besides that. The way it's set up right here, for switch 1, we're gonna call this switch 5, is we don't even have to do any setup. All we need to know is we just need to know this symbol right here, and we're done. And there we go. We're done. And I'm going to do a simple test right here. That's it. You're done. Next we'll do a variable. And then I'll show you what it looks like in game. And then that's it. It's it's actually a really short tutorial. Like I was expecting it to be like a little longer, but nope, it's short. Call this variable 5. What am I gonna call this right here? We're gonna call this help. Blah blah blah. There we go. There's a help. Now what we're going to do is we're going to edit the drawer option code first. And in this case, we're going to make this so that it's going to be anywhere from as low as -1 to powerful to +1. And then once we do that, we're going to sit there and edit the right and left buttons. So this dot draw options. Okay, so wait, I have to think for a sec. Var text equal to blah, blah. Actually, you know what? I'll be nice. I'll go even crazier. If value negative, I'm gonna do -2 to +2. Make default 0 for anyone who's curious. Value is gonna be less than -2. And text is gonna be equal to level 1. So less than equal to -2, then there you go. If it's equal to -1, and level 5. Value, move right, we're going to increase. Now the way I have it set up, for anyone who's about to bug me, is we have it so that value is going to be added to it equal to 1, and this is going to just change the value right here, so that whenever this happens, also if value is greater than 2, value is going to be set equal to -2. And someone's going to be looking at this going, what? But don't worry, what's going to happen is this is going to allow you so that you can just press the right or left button continuously to cycle through it. That's what you need to worry about. But the way this is set up is that it's going to be set up so it can be added, so you can add 1. So it's going to increment by 1. So by default, it's going to start at 0, and then you're going to add 1, and then you're going to add 1 again, and then if you add 1 again, so that makes it greater than 2, it's going to set up to -2, so it's going to go all the way back down to the bottom, and it's going to just keep doing that over and over and over again. I'm going to copy and paste this into going left so that this now becomes minus less than -2. Set this up to be +2, and then we're going to just put value here. Now for this right here, the default config code, I'm setting it to 0, which is the default I want the variable to be. So default variable is going to be set to 0. I personally recommend leaving it at 0 and then messing around with it in the settings. I'm going to right now leave for this right here. Visual, actually wait, some gameplay. I'm copying actually, let's say the same. The load code. Okay, so this load code right here is really annoyingly complicated. I mean, I can explain it to you guys, but I didn't memorize this. It's just copy paste the code, and that's it really. Which is that right here, 0. Basically what this is going to do is that the value of the this is the value of the variable right here slash the option, and what's going to happen is if we don't know what it is, it's going to just set it up to be equal to a number value that's clamped between -2 and 2, else it's just going to be set to 0. Hold on a second while I go check something. I mean a little sensibility to check something. Gameplay. Okay, really? Yeah, because I set up. Never mind them. Make sure I have everything set up. But yeah, that's really it. It's just var equals value equals to your config symbol. If the value is unknown, then it's going to just sit there and set it to a number. In this case, the value is going to set to a number between -2 and 2, which should be the minimum and the maximum of what you want your variable to be. So if you want your variable to go from -100 to 1,000, then it should be -100 comma space 1,000. In this case, it's going to be -2 comma space 2, so that's going to be your min and max. And then, of course, what number this should be right here is it should be your automatic default. So this number right here and this number right here should be set to default. And, of course, this is option 2. Okay, good. And let me just I want to double check in the game and make sure that the variable is set equal to that, because all the option stuff is done now. So I'm just going to just go here and just make sure that, no, it's not. Okay, so we're going to just set that to be crap. I don't want that to be that. Place this off at 2, and then that's it. I'm gonna delete this though, because you don't want the variable to reset itself outside of eventing. You don't really want it to reset itself. I was gonna say outside of eventing, outside of the options menu. Else it's gonna mess up with how you want the game to be set up. So I'm just gonna press yes. I'm gonna do a quick double check of this game to that's loud. Crap, that is super loud. Woo-wee. Sorry about that. Let me just do a quick double check. Okay. Okay, so everything's been done. Let's go to tester. You got your switch. Ooh, we forgot to put text. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. We need to fix that. Let's see. Let's go not control text. We need here it is. We need to fix that really quick. Oh wait, while I'm thinking about this, let's delete option 3. We don't need that. Sorry about that pause. I need to text someone. But we're back. So let's check the draw option because that's not good. Ooh, no. Hold on. Let me see how I got the value function from no. Okay. I see what went wrong. Okay. So, quick amendment to the drawing script that I forgot to sit there and show you for variable 5. We need to make sure that we sit there and draw the variable. I had a feeling, but I have to double check. Okay, so let me sit there and explain this. So, when you make the drawing option code, you need to go in the drawing option code and set everything up. So, when you first get this, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have an on and off, sort of like this .draw options on off. Delete that. Don't worry about that. Just delete it. Then you're gonna do you're gonna write a word. You're gonna call it var. You're gonna call it text. Right? In this case, we're gonna just use this. And just initialize it. Just means create it. Make it equal to 2 little double semicolons and a comma. Then you're gonna have a value. You're gonna equal it to this dot get config value open parentheses symbol open parentheses semicolon. You wanna just make sure you just have that. I'm just let that just linger there a little bit. And then what we're going to do is, as I showed you earlier, is you're going to have if statements, just straight if statements. Okay, hold on. Why am I doing that? And these straight up if statements are going to be based off of the value. So if your value is less than or equal to -2, it's going to say level 1. If it is, hold on. Actually, no. It's equal, hold on. Let me actually fix this. Let me amend that. If value is equal to -2, then it's going to say level 1. If it's equal to -1, it's going to level 2. If it's equal to 0, it's going to say level 3. If it's equal to level 1, it's going to say level 4. If it's equal to level 2, it's going to say level 5. And then it's going to draw the text. I'm going to steal that drawing text code from, again, the, no. I'm gonna steal from the way I had it set up from the variables, which means I stole that from quote unquote stole. I shouldn't say literally stole it. I'm basically using the code that's used for the, I am trying to think while I'm doing it at the same time. While I'm doing the, it's not in my tongue, I hate when things that happen. From the audio gauges, if you actually pay attention, if you go into where the audio gauges is in, the code right here, where Yanfly sets it up to draw it, I pretty much just copy how he has the text set up. But really what you need is you need the code. I'm just saying, I'm just legit copying off of that. It's basically going to be this dot draw text with an open parentheses, the word text, which for everyone's curious, it's this text right here. I used the title width, rec.r, status width, and center. And that's just going to make it so it's in the center of, like, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. That column where you see all your options, it's just going to be in the center right there. That's all it's going to be. Note that right here where it says text, I have it set up so that it's one line text. If you want to do like extra lines, you just do, you're going to do, I'm going to say you can do that. Yeah, you can do that or this. I'm not sure which would work. 100% sure. But it's going to be one or the other. If you want to make it like 2 or 3 or 4 lines. But if you have 2 or 3 or 4 lines of options, I'm going to be sitting here looking at you looking a bit crazy. Like, why the hell do you have 2 to 3 to 4 lines of options? Your options, at least in my opinion, should only be 1 line long. But pretty much just setting it up so that at different values, the text gets replaced with a new phrase. We're just going to press OK right here. Now, I'm not going to show you how to, like, enable disabled shit. Excuse my language. Nothing personal. I'm going to save my game. There we go. There we go. It's going to say on, it's going to say off, as you can see right here. And then this is variable 5 help. And as you can see, oh my god, I was always going to sit there and annoy the shit out of me now. Excuse my language. You can barely hear it. That's actually really nice. Annoying too. But as you can see, the switch, you can't really do what I'm doing here, which is, well, I mean, you can if you really, really, really want to, but it's going to be like how it is right here, where as you can see, as it goes through, the text gets replaced. Very nicely, I might add. Whereas right here, the switch just makes it where it goes back and forth. So you can't do that cool scrolly thing that I have right here, which I really do like. Which I'm thinking of having in my gameplay instead of having on and off. I'm thinking of setting up so that it's yes or no, and it's just gonna sit there and say respawn chest yes or no, and it's just gonna scroll through it because I do like the ability to scroll. That's me personally. I personally like that. And I may do the same thing with always dash and command remember too, as well as make it where you can just scroll between your choices. But that scrolling ability, at least in my opinion, is really good for 3 of them. But I have a weird consistency thing. And since since everything else is gauges for me / pull up a new scene, it's gonna end up looking really well. But that's me rambling again. I really shouldn't be rambling as tutorial. So sorry if this was a little bit too long, but very simply, that's how you add. Hold on. There you go. That's how you add switches and variables in game. And this is how, and also how you have the default on-off part, or you can have something that's a little bit more. I can scroll through them, and that's it. And of course, as always, I'm gonna link to a GitHub page where it has a link to the pieces of code that you need for each part. So if you feel this went by too fast or too quickly, or you really just want to be like, okay, what do I need? Don't worry. I promise. Not GitHub. I didn't mean GitHub. Pastebin. There's a pastebin code in there. So don't worry. And until next time, bye.